afternoon for those who are in very like ahead of East African time zone. But I hope we are doing great, and welcome to today's session, version control with JIT. And before we start our session, we usually share the pre-workshop survey to understand the knowledge, attitude, and as well as the skills regarding the session we are going to have. So far, there has been only 3 responses. Let me refresh and see. Please let me know if you can see the survey's results.
Yeah.
So there is only 3 people responded, and we can see here the first response in the knowledge section. Which of the following describe the human-computer interaction? Most of them, they say communication between human and computer system to perform different tasks, both of them. And here it was the difference between graphical user interface and command line interface. Both of them, they say uses graphical element file. CLI uses text commands. For the primary purpose of version control, both of them, they say it is for tracking and managing changes in the files. And when it comes to the JIT, 2 of them, they say it is cloud storage services, and 1 is distributed version control system. And when it comes to the knowledge about the GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket, we can see both of them, they have the same answer. They host remote repository for collaboration. And here it is about the attitude. Yeah. And also we have about the skills. If someone has interacted with command line interface before, you can see everyone has different experience. One of them, they never, some of them frequently, some of them once or twice. Yeah, so these are the surveys output, and we encourage people to fill the workshop survey because it helps us to tailor our sessions. So without further ado, please let me know if you can see the presentation. If you don't see the presentation, you can react on the chat. So we are.
I also posted the survey for people who haven't completed in the chat.
Yeah, the survey has also posted on the chat if you haven't completed yet. So again, welcome to the session. Version control is JIT. And in this session, we are hoping to, you should have the following requirements. You have the JIT software installed if you are using Windows machines. And you need also to have an account on GitHub, and you should have also basic knowledge about RStudio, which I think you already done the previous sessions. Like the last session was data visualization. I'm sure you are using RStudio to do that. So can you see the next slide?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's this course we are going to cover the following outlines. We will be talking about the communication mechanisms, where we have different ways of interacting with computer, as well as the softwares we are going to talk about, like JIT and others. We are going also to introduce Bash and Terminal, and specifically Terminal in the other studio. And we will talk about the version control systems. And the focus will be more on the JIT. And we will have between the session the demonstration where we'll create a repository and make changes and to show how to track changes or how to work with JIT locally. And finally, we are going to show how to connect your project to GitHub and how to make the changes on the local and then send it to GitHub. And if the time will allow, we can talk about how to make the collaboration. So, when we're talking about the communication mechanism, we can refer to how human beings are interacting together. Like for human being, we have main ways of interacting using different languages. You can either talk to each other or you can use the written languages. So you can see here in these pictures, one person is asking, what are you reading? And they could answer, I'm reading the newspaper. So it means this is a verbal communication, and they can understand each other and they can reply whatever the other one is asking because they understand the grammars and the rules of the language. And the other method is, for example, if you are communicating with people via emails or other social media platforms. Those are written form of languages. So in order to understand, for example, the emails, it comes to you and you need to interpret it on your mind, and then you can provide the feedbacks. So you can see this is how the humans are interacting together. So we can create the similar analogy on how human beings are interacting with computers. So for computers, computer is an object and you are a human being, you cannot talk. So there is two main ways of interacting with computer. We have a graphical user interface and command line interface. This graphical user interface is the one which we are using most of the time, and it's the one which we are being taught when we are learning the computer at the first time. We are using different icons like navigation arrows, icons to navigate different files in the computer. For example, if I'm going to open the computer file, you double click and then you open the file, you can make the copy, you can do whatever you want. Those are the graphical user interface. You have these navigations, icons, and many things. So the second way of interacting with computers is command line interface. This one, you are providing the computer with instruction. You are writing the instruction, which we call them commands. And then computer is performing those commands and then give you the output you want based on what you ask. So here are the different advantage and disadvantage of each methods of interacting with computers. So we have this graphical user interface, for example, it is user-friendly and intuitive. So for example, in the computer, if you want to move from one file to another, and once you want to go back, there are these navigation arrows at the top. They show you the direction. So it is easier for someone to remember and they can follow along. However, you can the user friendly, the graphical user interface way it has issues with resources like RAMs and processing power. So every element you are using to interact with this computer, it has a portion of memory and CPU. So it takes a lot of resources. So there are many advantages and disadvantages of these ways. You can use whatever you want depending on your task. So the reason why we are using the command line interface is it is fast for some of the computational tasks, and you can use it. You can use it with other programming languages. So in this case, we are going to use command line interface way of interacting with computer, because the version control we are going to learn is mostly working using the command line interface. So for the command line interface, we are using the commands, which are the text, to communicate with computer or to write on the computer so that it gives you the feedback. So the computer has the inbuilt software that translates those commands, which you give them as a text, and then they interpret those commands using these command line interpreters, which are called shells. And we have different types of shells depending on the operating system of your computer. For example, we have this born again shell, which is known as bash, which is default on Linux system. And we have Z shell, which is available in the Mac operating system. We also have the window and command prompt for Windows. So we are using these are acting as the brain of the computer that translate the instruction you are giving to the computer. It's like the analog of the human-to-human interaction. When you send someone like a message on WhatsApp, they read the message on their brain, they interpret, and then they can answer you. So in the same way here, so computer is using bash and interpret your commands, and then it gives you the feedback. So this is how the graphical model of how the commands is processed by the computer software like a bash. So you will first write the command, and this command is written on the terminal. Terminal is an interface. It's where you are writing your command, and then command is passed to the interpreter. Like in this case, we choose bash, and then after bash, the bash will execute the command, and then we return to the terminal, and you will see the output. So this is how it looked like when in the mental model, it looked like this, but we will see in the practice how this look like. So here we have the few commands, and for this case we focus on the bash commands, and we have the few commands and their meanings and their descriptions here. You can see, like, if you want to print the current working directory, you are using pwd. You can list the files in your folder by using ls. You can navigate the folders using cd command. You can create the new directory or folder using mkdir, and so on. There are many commands, but we will try a few of them. So let's now talk about the structure of these commands, how they look like for bash. So you will have the commands. The syntax will have the command, and then there is this middle option, the middle part, which is option, and then you have argument. And argument most of the times are more openly are the files. So the command is the function which is built in the software, for example, bash, and it is executing the task you want. Options, these are they are called flags or modifiers. They change the behavior of this functionality. And the argument is, as I said, it could be the file or the folder. So, for example, here we want to move the file from the folder now, from the backup folder to just backup. You have two different folders. Yeah, you want to move it from here to another, to empty backup folder. So you can see mv is the command which is built in the bash program. And v is a modifier, like how this function should perform. In this case, it will list the files which are being moved. And and the data backup is the source folder, and empty backup is the destination where you want to move it to. Here, it is more examples about the bash commands and their meanings. So normally we are working on RS Studio terminal to try to run these bash commands. And in the RS Studio, you can open your terminal, which is next to the console where you usually edit your codes and then get the output at the console. So you can use the terminal, RS Studio terminal to run the bash commands. It has many functionality. You can also run the git commands, which we will see in the next sessions, like how to use a terminal RS Studio. So make the installation of system dependency. So we can now head to how terminal, the RS Studio terminal on RS Studio, so that you can try a few commands. One moment, I will share my screen. Okay.
So here we can see
Can you share? Can you see my screen?
our studio.
Yes. Yeah.
Now we can see the presentation.
One moment.
Now we can see our studio.
So for me, I just open and it is, you already have the terminal here. But in case you don't have, you can use my screen.
Yeah, our studio.
So you can go at the top here. You have the tools. You come to the terminal. You can open new terminal. But in this case, we are interested with terminal. You want to open terminal with the Git bash if you are using Windows, because we say terminal is an interface like a dog to write your commands, but the interpreter it could be bash, it could be Git bash if you are using Windows, or it can be command prompt or PowerShell in Windows. So if you come here, you will see terminal shell, and then new terminal open with. You can see here it is Git bash for my case. So you can change open with command prompt, window PowerShell, and so on. But for now, because we are going to learn about the Git for version control, let's leave it like that. So these are the settings you need to check. You can cancel it here. And if you want to reopen it again, you can just go terminal, new terminal. It will open here automatically by Git, by using Git bash. So from here,
And can I get more reactions for people if they've been able to locate terminal?
Yeah, from here you can practice running some bash commands, which we will show them on the presentation. Is everyone able to open the terminal?
Yes.
Maybe we can ask it like this. Does anyone who is not able to open it? Oh, so great. So if you have your terminal on RStudio open, you can practice to run these few commands here. Never mind about this. Let me show you what I will be doing. So here is telling us where, if you want to check where are you right now, you type pwd, like print working directory. It shows you are in the user, under your name, my name like folder, in the document folders. So if you want to see what folders and files are in this document, currently you are located in the document, you can use LOS. I forget it is list files and folders. If you click here, you will see the lists of the file and folders. The one colored by blue, they are the folders, and the rest are the different files. So you can even go to different folders. But in my case, I would like to go to the desktop. Desktop is is right after my name. It is one level, is at the same level as the document. So if you want to go back to the previous folder, you use one for navigation, CD. Double period, it means you are going back. Here you are in your root directory. If you click again PWD, you will see it has gone back to your root directory, which is user and then your name. And if you still want to check the list of the files in this under your name, you will see there are many folders and files. Yeah, you can see desktop is here. Document, downloads. So if you want to go to desktop, you can type CD and then type the name of that of the directory you want to go. For my case is desktop. So if you start typing desktop, desk key, and then you click tab on Windows. I don't know in MacBook, but in Windows, if you click tab, it will autocomplete, and then click enter. You're already in the desktop. So it's like in the graphical user interface when you click those forward arrow and backward arrows. So if you want to check how the files are, what the files do we have here in the desktop, you use again LC. So you can see in the desktop I have this, access to source, access to zip file, malaria indicator cleaning map. You have many folders along with the applications which are shown by links. So if you want to move to the folder, you use CD to go. If you want to go back, you can click CD and double periods. So is everyone able to follow? So for example, here let's make the new folder here. Make directory. We want to make the new directory called like workshop 6 in the desktop. If you make directory workshop, you see it is already created. And if you want to check it out, you can use LC and check if it is in the list. You can see here workshop 6. And if you want to remove it, you can click remove, and then flag R. R is modifying it's like recursive. If the subfolders inside, you want to delete everything. So you can here workshop, write the name, workshop 6. Yeah, it is already removed. And if you want to verify, you can click again LC. You will see it is not there. So you will do many commands, like different commands. These are just the intro. So is there any question? Any question? No. Do you have that's is there anyone who is unable to create like to run these commands to create the folder and delete it?
It worked for me. I was never aware of. I was using R Studio for quite long, and I never did things in Terminal before. So I'm like, oh wow, I never knew this.
That's-
Things are working for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry. So-
Well, that's great.
Yeah, that's great. So you over time you will get used of the commands and everything.
Oh, there's a question from Annabelle.
Question from Annabelle?
Yeah, I did run the MKDR and I got
Yes.
a which I sent in the group chat, and I'm not sure what I should do after that.
I think he didn't provide him.
Yeah, you need to provide the name of the directory you like. What do you? It's like when you are making the folder on the graphical interface, the user interface, it will just name it new. But in the command line interface, you need to provide the name. Is it like that?
Yeah.
Is she comfortable sharing a screen? And maybe we can troubleshoot it together.
No, it's something.
It's like,
Yeah.
so the name is the argument.
Yeah, the name is the argument. You remember in the
Structure of the
structure of commands, we have this command optional and argument. Argument is the file. You always need to provide. The middle one, which is an option, is not necessary. Give it.
She asked if you could demonstrate it.
You can do it.
She wanted you to demo it from your.
Here.
Yeah.
So let's say I'm making directory, which is the new folder called. I'm gonna use this command directory workshop 6. Yeah, you see, it didn't return any error. And if you want to check if it is there, you can switch. Let's see. You can verify, go to your desktop, and you will see workshop 6 is here. It's already created. Or if you want to also to check it from command line, you can just LOC, and you will see it is created somewhere here. And if we want to remove it, you can just use remove recursively, then the name was
Option.
eh?
It's options.
Yes.
Extract the command.
Yeah, R is an option, as we mentioned before, is an optional argument. If I remove R, is it?
No, it's not optional. It's
Ah.
a flag.
Yeah,
In this case, it's mandatory.
it is a flag. In this case, it's mandatory. But most of the function they are options. So in this case, recursively, it means you need to remove everything in the folder. So I'm removing it and then done. So we are a bit behind the time. We are thinking to have a little bit of like, right? Yeah, we can take 3 minutes to take some water and then we come back and start talking about the today's and then talking about the version control systems. 3 minutes strictly.
I'll put on the time. I'll put on the time.
Yeah, we come back at 45.
Uh,
We use around AWS. Is this still possible to create?
when you use
When you use AWS, is
Yeah.
it possible to create an
AWS is mostly
on, on computer? I tried to use a workbench, but I never tried to remove the folder.
it's possible. I tried it also.
Ah, it's possible. Okay, you can reply now. So for the purpose of other people, for the sake of other people, if you are listening, Kunji is asking if we are using ARA on AWS. AWS is the cloud service for you are using this ARA studio, you are coding on the cloud. So she's asking if you can make and remove the directories from there. So yes, it is possible to do so. So for Mac, we are using AWS as a cloud, and we tried these commands and they are working. Sorry. So welcome everyone. Can you show reaction to your Mac? Put the emoji reaction, please. So I will assume everyone is here. and continue. Annabelle, are you here?
Yes.
And wheat. I never had from wheat, and I saw something. Wheat.
She's attending a conference somewhere, so she may not be as active.
Okay.
She may just be listening.
Yeah, so we'll come back and we continue we are now talking about the version control systems. I don't know, can you see the full slide?
Yeah.
Because I can, yes, in my case, I'll see the green out in my title. Yeah, so we are talking about the version control systems, which is our main goal of this session. And the version controls, they are basically systems which are built to track the changes or to record the changes across the file, in the file or across files in your computer. Like you can, you imagine you are writing your manuscript or any report, and it has to be reviewed by many people, like supervisors. So, for example, the supervisor, you share the manuscript or the document, they give you the feedback, and then you save that one as a version 1. And then you receive from another one, you make like version 2, and then so on. You will have so many versions, copies on your computer. So it becomes like inefficient when you have many repeated copies. So what did the version control system to help you? It track what you have changed, what has been changed, and who made the changes. We are talking about the features here, tracking the changes. So who made the changes and what changes were made. So the other things you can do is version control system. You can, if you are not, if the version you have is not okay, like something went wrong, you can revert the changes. You can go back to the previous version or the specific version you want. There are also features like branching and merging, which I don't think we will cover them, but they are there. You can, when you are using JIT, you can have your script or the project, and you have an idea you want to implement. So what JIT offer, it's like a breakout room. You go on the another branch and you try to implement the idea. If it works, then you can match back to your main project. It's like if you are coding and you want to fix a bug or an error, you can create a branch and then come back after fixing. The other thing, key feature is helping in collaboration. So using this version control system, you can collaborate with other people on your way. For example, if now you are doing data analytics or data science projects, you are doing different analysis, you are doing data cleaning, you may have a group project, and then everyone need to do their own task, like you divide the task between yourself. So you can use the version control to make the collaboration, but the collaboration it will happen with the other online platforms, which we will talk about. So for this, in these version control systems, we have different variety of them. But the main, here we put the main three of them. We have Git, we have Subversion, and we have Mercurial. So these are the common ones used, but in our training, we will focus on Git for the version control, because according to this survey, I think you can see the survey from Stack Overflow 2022. You can see when the developers were asked here which kind of version control system they are using. Majority of them they are using Git. So Git is the popular version control system, and which is why we are focusing on it right now, and using something which is popular is beneficial, because if you face something, if there are large community out there, they can help you to solve your problem. It's like ARA, it has large communities of users, community of users. So that's the reason why we are teaching Git instead of other version control systems. So is everyone know about Stack Overflow? You can make some noise if you don't know Stack Overflow. No, you're not aware. Okay.
I only know Git.
Yeah, if you don't know, you must be Gen Z. Yeah, because it is a platform where software developers, it is common among the people who are doing software development. They are developing software like, for example, people who develop Instagram or Twitter. You are building an app, mobile application. Yeah, it was famous before. I think it has lost the popularity recently because of the AI. AI has contributed so much to its popularity, or yeah, people are not consulting it many times because we have AI which can solve our problem. Before, when you have an issue with your code, you would copy the error on your code and then paste it on Stack Overflow and wait probably a month to get your response from experts. So that's why it is still useful. So they did this survey among the people who are using Stack Overflow, and you can see majority of them using Git to track the changes. So when it comes to Git, remember we say Git is software which is managing the changes across the files or in your file. And this software, the way you are interacting with, there are various ways or different ways of interacting with Git or working with Git. The primary way is command line. Like they have their commands, like the one we saw for Bash, we also have for Git. So you write the commands and you manage, it helps you to manage or to track your changes. So, and you can see here, according to the same survey, the majority, they were using command line to interact with Git. And we have other ways like code editors. These code editors, like, I don't know, RStudio doesn't have, but VS Code, Visual Studio Code, it has extensions. You can use Git functionalities there. We also have dedicated version control, graphical user interface applications like Git Desktop, which is why we told you to download the Git Desktop. It is dedicated for working with version control systems. So so to start with Git, we would like you to open the same terminal on your RStudio like we did before. And we want to, once you open your RStudio terminal, type this command git version, and then paste your output on the chart. So if we check the version of if you have the Git installed on your computer, and also these are the configuration settings, your username and your email, and these are particularly important when you are making the commits or changes, and when you are collaborating with other people, they can see where your names, like you are the one who made the changes, and the email also. So the git commands, how the git commands look like. We saw the bash command, we had this syntax. We have the command and we have the option at the middle, we have the argument. So the same way to git, we have the command and then we have this option at the middle and then we have the argument. Command is the built-in functionality in the Git software. It's like function in R, like print. They are built-in functions. You have optional, like it's the same thing, similar to bash. So for example, you have this command here, initiate, git init. This is the command for initiating git repository, git on your repository. And then we have separate git directory. This is like an option to tell you to put the path. And the argument is the path itself. Where do you want to initiate the git from? There is another command for git, which is add file, and then it goes the same way. This one doesn't have the option on. We will see in the demo. I will open my R soon, and then we can practice together. Can you see my R? Kaiser, is everyone testing there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next command you have to check. Make sure you have your terminal open like this, and then use git. You want to see if your configuration, your credentials are set up. Yeah, I can see Baba. Oh, you put the global. Oh, okay. If you can see my screen, I'm typing git config, then double hyphen list. This will, I made a mistake, Config, yes. Thank you. The good thing that Git will give you the clue. Where is the mistake? Config. Yeah, you can see here there is a list of configurations, but the most important one is the username. Pay attention on username and the email. These are the credentials. They will show up whenever you make the changes, you collaborate with others, they will show up, they will identify you. So what I'm gonna do now, I will create the new folder on my desktop. So I will also recommend you to create the same folder, the folder on the same the project here on the same folder like desktop. So for this one, you can use the R Studio, open the project, the interface. You can open project. Open project. You see here is telling me sorry, one moment. Open new project. New project. You will click new project, and then it will prompt you to new project, and then you will select new project, and then enter directory name. What do you want to call this project? Let's say I would like to call it workshop 6. And then here create the project as some directory, or like you want now to specify where you want to store this project. In my case, is under the desktop. So if you want to put it somewhere else, you can browse here and then select whatever you want, the path you want. The most important here, you need to uncheck this, because we want to show you how to configure the JIT, how to introduce the JIT on your new project created. Uncheck this, please. Create the JIT repository, use our environment. This one also you can uncheck, and then create the project. Oh, it's taking time. Yeah, it will automatically open you the new session of ARA, and it will open in the new project you created. Is everyone there?
Can you get some response from people? We still haven't had everyone share their Git username.
Yeah, is everyone, can you show reaction if you already created the project?
So I've only had Victor, Babalola share theirs.
Reaction. Only Victor is reacting. How about
Babalola shares his
okay.
as well. Yeah.
So alternatively, you can just create the folder by using a normal click and create the folder on your directory on your desktop, and then we'll put the script or any file there. But currently, I hope everyone is at this stage. So if you want to see where are we, you can type pwd. Oh, we are in the console, sorry. You need to switch terminal. Yeah. Open the terminal in the project you have created. You will see pwd. It will show you that you are in the user desktop workshop 6. If you want to see if there is any file, if you click LOS, it will show only workshop 6 ARA project file, which is telling you this is project ARA project. So currently there is only this file. So we want now to create a file in this project. You can create the new file. I would like to open not ARA Markdown. Open the ARA script, because this is the easiest one. If you open ARA script, and you can edit it, right? Like load libraries, and then here you can call your libraries. Library, let's say type S or type R. Yeah. So if you run, it is loaded. So what you are supposed to do now, you need to save this file on your local or on your folder you created. You just control save, and you can name it. Let's say JIT or data analysis. So you can see here it is showing at the top that the file will be stored in the workshop 6. So if you save here, you can see it appeared on your net, on your right, sorry, under the file sections, you will see there is our project in data analysis script. So if we want to use JIT now, first, is everyone able to create the file? They actually from other people because I can only hear from Victor. Show him what, please, if you are able to open the script. Are you able to open the script?
Sorry, Papa, I want to say.
So, if you want to use JIT on your repository is another name for the folder. Is another name for the folder, but it's commonly used when you are working with version control system on your computer. So we want to use JIT now, but you might have the JIT on your folder, but to check if there is JIT applied on your folder, you can use JIT status. This is the command to check what the status of the files, like which files are currently tracked and at what point they are. Remember, we mentioned at the beginning that JIT is controlling or is managing the versions of files, but not all files on your computer, and you need to tell JIT that you need to control or to follow up these files. So if you click here, JIT status, it will tell you FITO not a JIT repository or any of the current directory that's JIT. So you see, is what is telling you is you are asking me to run this command, but the JIT is not this repository or folder is not controlled, or there is no version control system applied on this one. So what you have to do to introduce the version control, you need to run command JIT init. JIT init. If you run JIT init, you have the option of specifying where you want, but for this case, we already have we are already in the directory where we want to initiate it. So you can just write JIT initiate or init. Once you click it, you will get the message that initialize the empty JIT repository at this path here. And if you refresh this, workshop 6. Yeah, you can do this.
I'm gonna put you in a backup to work, and she's up with us.
Yeah, you can see now we have 2 files. We still have 2 files and the JIT. And the JIT is already applied. There is a way to see if the folder is controlled, has version control. You need to use L2. Yeah, so if you use LC and -A, it shows the list of the files and folders in your repository and along with the hidden files and folders. So for this case, you can .git. Whenever you see this folder, it means that repository is Git repository. It means every file, the files in these folders are followed, like they are version controlled. So if you do Git, is everyone able to use to initiate Git on the created repository? So you need to use Git now.
Maybe we can have one of the people who hasn't spoken yet. Show us, we can have somebody show us a screen from someone that hasn't reacted.
Yeah, so please, can you write a show reaction if you have been able to initiate the Git? Maybe you can show us. Babaloa, can you show us? Can you share your screen so we see your initiated Git repository? Should I stop?
Yeah, we may have to.
I need to stop.
Yeah.
Babaloa, can you hear?
I can hear you.
Yeah, are you comfortable sharing your?
I'm trying to share my screen now.
Yeah, you should be able to because I stopped mine. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, you have exactly Git ignore. Yeah, you should be able to see this Git ignore. In my case, it's not here, but it's okay. So workshop 6, perfect. Yeah, good. So you can stop sharing.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I hope everyone is there.
Yeah, sure. I copy paste my screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So if everyone is there, it's good news. So we need now if you click Git status, this command is checking the status of your different files in your repository or the folder you created. And you can see here is Git on branch main. No commits yet, and track the files. It means these files are in your folder but are not tracked yet. Nothing added to commit. There are messages. But the most important here is the files which are highlighted here by red. So after you make the changes, you made the changes on your files, you need now, you save manually like we are saving, but you need now to move to tell JIT that this is the file which I want to commit. Commit is like saving when you are editing the file normally. Like you make the edit and you save it. You make the edit, you save it. However, on JIT, there is intermediate step which is adding it on they call it staging area. Staging area, because most of the time you are not going to track or to track all the files in the folders. So you can add which file you want it to be tracked and which one you don't want, you can leave it aside. So for now, these files are not tracked. So I want to track data analysis R script. So you will write git add and then write the file you want. In this case, is data analysis R. If you start typing data and then you click tab, it will autocomplete. So if you click enter, it will go to the next step. So again, check the status. Every time we will be checking the status. You see now the file you have just added, it changed from red to green, changes to be committed. It means this file, it has already tracked like data analysis data, but no commit yet. No any commits which has been made. So if you want to commit, like to put it in the records of JIT software, you need to use JIT commit message. There is flag here called -m is for message. So this is you are advised to put the clear message. What have you modified in the file? And if it is your initial, for example, we just loaded the library or we created the file, you write here, created the file. After you enter the commit message, you click enter and it will apply. You will see the message main root commit created the file, a file changed. One file has been changed and 3 insertion. It means you modify 3 lines. You added 3 lines in the script. Yeah, you can see in the data analysis script we have first line, second line, and the third one. The first line I wrote something but I deleted, which is why it showed you inserted, I think 3 lines. But the most important here, you already committed, so it is in the memory now. So if you check again git status, you can see there is now only 2 files which are not tracked. The data analysis is already tracked. Whenever you made the changes, it will tell you that these changes have been made and but not committed yet. So it should show something like this. And if you want to see now what changes have been made in the particular, in different files, and who made the changes, you will use this command, git log, like you are checking the history. You can see here the message you are getting. The author is your name, when, dates, and everything. What did you do? You created the file. You created the file, but the message would be clear if you specify which file did you create. Yeah, so we are learning something here. So, but the most important is this, which is we said at the beginning that it is control. It is telling you what changes were made and by who. Or if there are many people who are making the commits, they will show up in the history. So now let's go back to the file again.
Maybe to just make sure that everyone is following along well, we can have one person show us what. So we have feedback from Babalola and Victor. Perhaps we can have somebody who has it.
Is everyone able to make the commit? Yeah, so Victoria, yes, Babalola, yes. How about the rest? Oh, you are lost. And you don't say, feel free to say if you got lost. David, are you able? Huh?
I am following here. Just share quickly.
Yeah, thank you. So we already made the changes in the first changes. Now let's say we want to make another changes. And I will import in the same file. I will import one more library. Let's say ggplot. This is package for visualization in R. So if you finish loading, save, and then come back to the terminal, check the status of your repo. You will see now it's telling you changes, not stages. Page for commit. We will see modified data analysis R, which is not committed. And there is an option here, git restore file. This is the command if you want to revert the changes you have made. If you want to go back. So you can now, before committing, you need to tell Git that I need to, this is the file I'm going to commit in the next step. So you need to add it. And then what happened?
Where are you?
You are not?
So they've made a commit,
They have
made a commit.
Yeah, so Git commit.
a commit.
Yeah.
So we are left to let us start.
So after adding, you can use upward arrow to go back to the previous the commands. When you get to the status, click enter. You will see now modified file data analysis is in green. It means you already added it ready for commit.
So I resolved like Kanchi's issue. And then I said, okay, let us go back to the mail.
Okay. Because you're behind, do you want to continue in a separate record?
Yeah. So where are you? You're in the commit.
I mean, do you have
Oh,
access to
you need to enter the
files?
message.
No.
The commit message you have. What did you modify? For this case, I loaded ggplot2.
Yeah.
ggplot2 library.
Oh yeah.
You can click enter. You can see here one file has been changed, and there is insertion of one line, which is exactly what we added here, ggplot2. And if you want, you can check again git status, and you can see it is gone. It means you have already made the commit, and only the files which have not been tracked are showing up here. So if you want to check the history now of the commit, use again git log. And you will see the number of commits which have been done, the time, and who made the commits and what did they change. You can see here, they show up from the oldest to the top one. You will see here it is the head. Head, it means the recent one. Recently, I loaded the ggplot library. And previously, I created the file. So you can see. So it will keep adding up. Like whenever you make the changes, commit in the any file, in the repo, they will show up like chronological order. Yeah. So you will be, every time you will be repeating the same process. You edit the file, you add it on the staging area, and then you commit. You edit the file, you add it, you commit. Yeah, it will be a log. Mine doesn't have the git. Do you see that? Did you see that? Mine doesn't have the git. Oh, another.
Yeah. So maybe she can share her screen if she's comfortable. And we can troubleshoot together.
Another, can you share your screen?
Okay. Yeah, so if I do, for example, git status, it does this.
Click. Can you click status first?
Hmm?
Can you click git status? Natural language support running.
Oh, that's the console.
Use terminal. Yeah, it is terminal.
Oh, enter. She hasn't click enter yet. She hasn't run the command.
Can you click enter?
When I enter, it takes me to the console. I hope you're hearing me.
Oh,
Yes, we can hear you. I'm just wondering how is it taking you in the console?
or she might have to open a new terminal.
Can you go where I have terminal, the tools sections, and this interface looks a bit different.
Yeah,
Oh, it's working.
I think it's a lot. Yeah.
Terminal option.
Mm-hmm.
Go to terminal here. New terminal with bash. Can you click another option? See if we have. No, don't use this shit. Use git. Bash.
Mm-hmm.
Click apply. And okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you click again enter, it's strange. I'm not sure about this.
Maybe I interrupt this one.
But if you, yeah, you're right. Can you use this? Yes.
But it's still,
Can you close, like force it to close? Come here to the, where you have drop down.
huh?
No, you have terminal one, drop down in the terminal. Yeah, let's interrupt the terminal. Yes. And then if there is somewhere you have error sessions, can you restart error session?
Mm,
Do you have where you have session? Because your interface looks different.
Restart session, right?
Yes, restart the session. Now, can you try run again? Oh, it is still taking.
Yeah. Super. And the options on terminal, if it's only terminal one,
Open a new terminal.
Can you close this terminal?
Okay.
Close terminal, like remove it from this.
Mm-hmm.
And then go to open terminal, new terminal.
How do I open? Is it there's something you said how I can open?
tools.
Do you have tools on your interface? I don't see
Yeah.
here. Where? Click tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've done that.
But
Yeah.
we don't. If you click tools, go to terminal. No. Yes. Good. Go to terminal.
Open.
Go to terminal.
Already terminal is open.
Is this?
Or should I restart it?
No problem. Try to run one of the commands.
Okay. So I think maybe it's in the settings. I'll try looking it up.
Yeah, please, you can stop sharing and then someone will help you.
Yeah, let me look it up and I'll let you know what the
Yeah.
issue is.
But for now, I will advise you to follow along. Yeah. Thank you. Are you still able to see my screen? Huh?
Yeah, we can see your R studio.
Yeah, so, well,
Oh, there was a question from David. He asked if you could please share the steps to the end.
to the end.
Yeah, asking what he means by that.
The end of presentation. So this is how the workflow will look like if you are working with Git locally. So you will first initiate the Git on your repository using Git init, and then you provide, you already have the repository where you want to the Git to track your files from. And this is happening once. After then, you will work on the files on your created the repo, and the workflow will be like editing, like what we just did 2 times, commits. So you will be editing the file, add it and commit, edit, add it, commit. So it will be like a loop. 100 or 1,000 times you are editing the file, you will follow this workflow. And the main commands are these. You will always add, make the commit. Is everyone there? Yeah, thumbs up if you are there, please. Reaction. Thanks. So we saw how to work with Git on a local computer. And as we mentioned before, the version control system, they can help you to collaborate with other people. This collaboration is obvious. It will be, you won't be at the same location at the same time. So you need, it will be something you are sharing, and that there is a need to connect between you. For example, the popular or the common way of working with documents, collaborate with others is Google Docs. Google, they offer these Google Docs documents where you can post, you can upload the document on the Google Drive, and then if someone they want to contribute, they can make the suggestion, they can edit, and you will get the notification. So that is another way of collaborating. There is another platform, Dropbox is also similar. It works this similar way. But when it comes to the codes, when you are collaborating with people on the coding, you need Git, the version control system on your local computer. In this case, we are talking about Git. And we need also the connections online, which in this case, we will talk about the GitLab and Bitbucket. So these are the online services there for hosting your folders, different folders. In our case, we are referring as repositories. So we can see we are talking about local repositories, which we have the Git repos on our local folders on our local computers. And when it is on GitHub, we refer them like remote repository. It is on the internet. So it is the same way as the Google documents are working. So you are using GitHub or GitLab or Bitbucket to share your codes online so people they can see them, collaborate. It is also useful even if you are not collaborating with someone, it saves as a backup because you never know what would happen with your computer. If your computer crashed down, you have the backup on the internet, you have your project is still there. So those are the few benefits of this version control system. So in this the visual here, you can see it is a picture of 3 collaborators. You can see at the top we show one of the Git remote service or server. We have either GitLab or GitHub or Bitbucket. So what you do for 3 people collaborating, you will have everyone will have the copy on their local computer. Unlike the Google Docs, which you have to go open and then edit it there. So here you will have the copy on your local computer, and that copy is somehow there is a way to connect it with the one which is available on the GitHub, on your GitHub account. So when you make the changes on your document, you make the commit, you do all the workflow. And then now you want to share with other people from your local to GitHub. There are commands. One of them is push. You push your changes, you send your changes. And if we want to update your local copy, if it means someone has made the changes online and you want to receive them, you can use Git pull, it will pull the changes. So you can see this backward and forward arrows. They show like it's a repetitive process. So here is an example, like a model of how people collaborated using this online Git repository, remote repository. So we mentioned that we have three GitHub, this remote hosting services. We have GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket, but we will focus on GitHub because it is the commonly used platform compared to the two. You can see the evidence from the Stack Overflow again 2022 survey. Yeah, it shows that the majority of the people, they were using GitHub for personal use and professional use on their projects. Yeah, which is why we are going to focus on GitHub in this training also. So maybe question? Any question? No question? Any question? No. I assume everything is all right. So let's now see how to connect your local project before to send, like basically to take your work, to send your work from GitHub. You see in the Google Drive, if you want to. Yes. Wiki? Yeah, so we are going to see how to connect your local repo to your GitHub account. There is a way to connect it, which I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. A moment. Can you see my screen? Can you see where I'm moving to the new tab? Show reaction, please. So the first thing you have to do, you already have the folder we created on our local computer called It Workshop 6. To connect it with your GitHub account or to take it on your GitHub or to make sure they are communicating with each other, is you first need to go and create the copy or to create the empty folder on your GitHub account. And where you have to go is type GitHub. If the names of your account pop up like this, you need to go to your account. Please, you can follow along and go to your GitHub and open your account, and then let me know if you have interface. You can see the interface like this, and then we can proceed. Is everyone able to open their GitHub account?
I don't know if Stitch in the process.
Yeah, so
Maybe you can demo it again.
Hmm?
You can demo how you got there.
yeah, you just need to open the new tab on your browser. If you are using Chrome, it will look like me here. And if you are using another like Firefox, you should type github.com. For me, it is automatically show up. So if it doesn't show up, we go to github.com and then there is option to log in, and then you can go to your account. Is everyone see what I have?
So Annabelle has been successful. What about everyone else?
Is everyone there able to open the?
Yes, I've opened my account.
You are there.
Great,
Yes.
thanks, Jess.
Yeah, so once you open your account like this, you can come here to the repositories. If you click, there are sections like the interface shows section like overview, repository, projects, packages. So click to the repositories. It will show how many repository you have. If you have none, it doesn't show anything, but there is green icon here, new. Please, if you can see this icon, click it. If you click, it will show up where you are supposed to fill the name. It will show repository name under your account name. In my case, you can see Kokoda 95. So I will give the name. I will prefer to keep the name as the one I have on my local computer, Workshop 6. Workshop 6, here is a description. What is this about? You can opt to put the description like introduction to it, or you can leave it empty. Do not add readme file, don't add anything. You just go to the bottom, there is icon create repository, green icon. And if you click there, it will take you to the new repository you have created, Workshop 6, along with some instructions at the bottom. Is everyone there? Like, are you able to create the new repository? And do you have what I have here? So, Garrison, thank you. Also, Annabelle. So once you have something like this, you can see it is telling you create a new repository on a command line. You need to come to the second option, push an existing repository from command line, because we already have the created repository on our local machine, and we want to take it to here. So you will use the second option, which is you need to copy this. I hope you can see what I'm highlighting. If you copy the first command, git remote add, go back to your R Studio. Here on your R Studio terminal, right click, do not use keyboard shortcut, they won't work. Right click and click paste. If you click paste, you will see the commands added up here. It means you are connecting this local repo Workshop 6 to an online one, which is found in this address, HTTPS, all the way to your folders. So if you click enter, it shouldn't give you anything. It means it is successful. So if we want to check now if this repository has been connected to the GitHub, you need to use command git remote v. It should show you the name is origin, and then it will show the links of your online repository. It means this repository is connected to the one in the GitHub. by default, it is called origin. It is called origin. So it show here you can fetch or push. It means you can now send your changes on GitHub, or you can pull the changes from the GitHub. Is everyone able to get here? Huh? Yeah, I can see Babalola, thank you. So go back to your GitHub. If you go back to your GitHub, you need to set the branch, the concept of branch. So on your terminal, if you type branch, what do you see? Git branch. The most similar. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Is branch. If you type branch, it will show you the current branch, the main. We said at the beginning, the branches are like the rooms in the version control. Like you can have the same file, but it's available in different rooms. We call them branches. So here you are implementing different feature. Here you are trying another, you are fixing maybe the bug. Eventually you will merge them back. Like you will join them back to the main branch. The main branch is the one which has everything. So I can see Babalola, for your case, you have master. That's okay. So it could be the master depending on your the setup. It could be masters or main. Or you can also add more branch names, like different branch with different names. We will see in the next sessions. I don't think we will be able to cover this for now. Branching. But in a nutshell, branching is like a breakout room. You are testing a new idea, and then if it works, you come back, you join it back to the main one. So when you when you have the Git repository, by default, it has the main branch, just one branch, one room. So in this case, we are, for my case is main. So if you go on GitHub, git branch main, you can copy this, you can copy the command and then paste it here. So it is telling it to change the branch name from whatever name it is to main. So for example, Lola, you have masters. If you run this command, it will change your master to main. Yeah, you can also change it back. So let's call it, if you run this command, for my case, I had main, so it won't do anything. So if I run again git branch, I still have the same main. Now this is copy. The last command is the push. The last command is the git push. You remember we already connected the local repo to our online repo, but we haven't sent our files we have on our local to the GitHub yet. We haven't pushed. So to do that, first I told you to change the branch to main, and then the last command I have here, git push, which is available after creating the folder on your GitHub here at the bottom. You copy this command. First, copy the git branch, and then after running the git branch to main, and then you you change this command. You copy the last one. You can. We wanted to change the branch to main in order to unify for the purpose of this training. But you could also opt to leave it like master, like Babalola, you have master. But we wanted this so that we have everyone has everything in common. So if I run this, origin main, it will take some time because it's using internet to send what you have on your local to your GitHub. You can see here it shows the message. The message. The most important is this.
Okay. So we managed there to wait. Like we faced with some issues, so we had to resolve. Yeah, but we managed.
Can you mute? Yes. So is everyone able to reach where I am? Reaction?
No. It's not.
Oh, what means that? So can you?
You can ask if people have time to stay behind for it.
Yeah, I can see we are running out of time, and we are struggling to reach the. So sorry, we are running out of time. I don't know if you can give me few minutes. Like, yeah, can you stay 10 more minutes so that we finish these connections, local and GitHub? Because we know the time is up, but this is important. Oh, it's so
It's great.
Yeah, I'm waiting for your response. If you have some time to extend 10 minutes, then we can continue to see how to connect to this, because I see many people haven't done it. Garrison is there. Yeah, so some reaction, please. We want to see. Yeah, we know. Annabelle is not seeing.
That's okay. We can catch up from the recording, but we can.
Yeah, so we can finish and then you will catch up using the recording. So I'm gonna go back to the GitHub. Is everyone able to create something like this, like repo on GitHub, and you have this interface? For those who were here when I was demonstrating, Garrison, David, are you able to open?
Yeah, as I lost most part of the lesson today, I think that I'll follow it on using the record.
Yeah. What about David?
David, are you there? No, he's not there. How about the one tested?
Yeah, that's.
He's got there.
With Kanji,
Yeah.
just to reach that stage to commit, but we didn't have that time to connect to the GitHub.
So maybe that could be a good demonstration, right?
Yeah.
For her to try to connect on GitHub, because she has a username. And then everyone else who's not catching up can follow along.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask Kanji?
Yeah, sure. Hello, Kanji.
Hi, yes,
Hello.
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out something here. So because with you, we didn't reach that stage to create a GitHub repository and connect with your local repository. We wanted you to share your screen here so that we do it here while others are catching up.
Okay, so do you want me to share my screen?
Yes.
It says you can't start screen share while other participant is sharing.
Okay, we will give you permissions.
Maybe you can stop sharing. Kokoda.
Good.
Stop sharing.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Okay, give me a second. Can you see it?
Not
Is
yet.
it there for you?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So we arrived at this stage where we committed your changes but locally. So we need to create a repository. Go to your normal browser that you use to. Is it Google Chrome or Safari or
Yeah, open your
browse?
a new tab on your browser.
Okay. Can I open Safari?
It's okay. Where is your where are you signed in
GitHub.
GitHub?
Oh, it's on my work laptop. It's on the other laptop.
I think. Okay, can you sign it here? Is it?
Do you remember
Yes, I
the
can
link?
for sure. Let me just sign it from my work laptop. It's just here. Give me a second. Okay, so I will just join.
Oh yeah. Yes, push.
Yeah, Lola, congratulations and thank you for sharing. I see you are able to connect your local repo to the remote and you are able to push the changes you have. Good job.
Thank you.
No, she's still signing in to the GitHub.
Okay, I'm gonna join through my work laptop and log off through it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And now I have to share my GitHub. This host has opened. Do you mean this thing?
Yes.
Okay.
GitLab. Oh, it's GitLab. Okay, guys.
Do you want me to share GitLab or GitHub?
GitHub.
Do you have both?
I have never been onto GitHub, so I'm not sure. I'm very bad in this Git technology.
Okay, so we mean GitHub, but
Not GitHub,
Yeah.
GitLab.
But this is the same. Okay, but we are afraid the procedure might be different because we wanted to use your screen to demonstrate to other people.
She should still be able to with the credentials. Because she
Yeah.
can have the credentials. So she can go through the GitHub. She can try to sign on GitHub using her credentials.
Okay, that makes sense to me. GitHub
Did she say she has both GitHub and
She just created the credentials during that exercise, the Git configurations.
No, we need
Yes,
So she
but
should be able, but it should open, right?
No, the local
The
credentials
can
are
be
not.
created locally, even if they are not linked in the.
She had to have created a.
Those local stuff are not credentials. They are just name and email, which helps Git to identify who is committing.
Yes.
So Kaizen is committing and his email is this one. They are not GitHub credentials.
Okay, so she'll have to open a new account on GitHub.
But if she doesn't, which will be hard for the time.
It will take more time.
It says I have to create a new account for GitHub.
Yeah. And that should be another time then.
Yeah. What do we do?
It's already time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
What are the options?
thank you so much everyone for joining us today. And we didn't reach to the final. We were aiming to make a small collaborations. Here we just show how to connect your local project to GitHub, but we wanted to show how you actually collaborate with other people. So I think we will make like an assignment and we will draft in such a way everyone can practice it. And for the rest of material we have covered, I hope is all recorded until where I'm connecting the online and in the local repo.
Yeah. Perhaps we can also ask participants if they have availability during the week. We could have an additional session to just maybe half an hour or an hour to cover the remaining bits. If some people were struggling and wanted to catch up, I see a reaction from Jason, Annabelle. Yeah, kind. Sorry, the procedure would have taken a bit longer than we have time for. But would you be open to joining a session sometime midweek?
I think it works for me.
Okay. So we'll send a poll later on on WhatsApp for people to share the availability and we can arrange for another session.
Yeah, no problem. Any other additional information?
No, we'll also be sending the post-workshop survey, so if you could please complete that.
Yeah, and also pre-workshop survey, please.
Yeah.
Help us to fill out.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.